After the SEC West, which conference and then division do you think has the biggest uphill battle in conference play? And that's from LaBelle, Florida, or LaBay, Florida, if you don't want to pronounce the L's. This is the Big Ten East. That's the answer, and that's pretty much everyone's answer. So the Big Ten East. But you know what? If you live down in LaBelle, Florida, can you just rattle off the Big Ten East? No, they change their division names all the time, so I don't blame you. Well, the Big Ten East is the one that has Ohio State, but it also has Michigan, but it also has Penn State, but it also has Michigan State. How pronounced is the gap between the Eastern Division and the Western Division? Well, producer Jesse, fictitious though he may be in some of your minds, delivered me the following statistics. These are all true. Think about recruiting, which is the lifeblood of this sport. This past cycle, the top 5 signing classes in the Big Ten all resided in the East. 7 of the top 8 signing classes at the very top of the Big Ten were all in the Big Ten East. The final 6 in the Big Ten were all in the West. The Big Ten East has won the last 9 conference championships, and if you remove Wisconsin, we're going to do that whole thing where if you remove the best of something and then look at the rest. If you remove Wisconsin from the West, you've got to go back to 2004. 2004! Guess what year I graduated high school? Yes, you got to go all the way back there to find someone from that other division, whether it's the leaders or the legends or the lesser or the fewer or the poorer. That's a poverty division. There's no two ways to put it. Those are poverty statistics for the Big Ten West. Poverty division. There's no excuse for it. There's some really good football programs over there, passionate fan bases, really invested, maybe just not quite enough. Why do we have division formats? This is a question from multiple conferences, but why do we have division formats? There are a lot of folks who beat this drum. There are a lot of folks beating this drum long before I got here. I just want to grab a little stick and add on to the drum beat. The concept of divisions is bygone in nature. You know I'm a traditionalist. I hardly want anything changing. That's why I love the Penn State uniform more than the Oregon uniform. However, I don't like divisions because it leads to things like this. Again, I want to read this. The top 5 signing classes in the Big Ten were all in one division. 7 of the top 8. The bottom 6 signing classes were all in another division, and one division's won 9 of the last 10 conference championships. And if you remove Wisconsin, it gets a whole lot bleaker, a whole lot faster. So yes, it's not quite the SEC West, but the Big Ten East, that's tough. And it would totally reshape the Big Ten championship picture if you did away with the division format and you just took the 2 best, but that's not the way it is. And so we enter every season knowing that a maximum of 1 of Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan State are going to be able to make the Big Ten championship game. That's why I have never and will never lobby for a playoff format in which you have to be a conference champion to make the playoff. Never, because you know, if we're trying to put the best 2 teams in a playoff, it's a little bit different. But if you're trying to find me the best 4 teams, it is possible for more than one of the 4 best teams in the country to reside in the same division. And I'm not going to penalize them just because of where their pinpoint on a map happens to be.